In the previous session, we went through an overview of the law of cause and effect, why personal history matters, formative growth, sacred geometry, and numbers. In this session, we're going to cover the law of gender and its interrelated degrees of separation and union. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes, the Kabbalion. This is true not only of the physical plane, but of the mental and even the spiritual planes. On the physical plane, the principle manifests as sex. On the higher planes, it takes higher forms, but the principle is ever the same. No creation, physical, mental, or spiritual, is possible without this principle. What is the distinction between masculine essence and feminine essence? Masculine essence is about mission, purpose, drive, giving, while feminine essence is about social, bonding, community, receiving. These contrary energies give rise to polarizing forces in all the degrees in between, including magnetism, repulsion, attachment, separation, inertia, activity, expansion, contraction, creation, and destruction. In ancient Chinese philosophy, Yin and Yang describe how opposite forces may actually be complementary, interconnected, and interdependent in the natural world, and how they may give rise to each other as they interrelate to one another. When masculine and feminine essence comes together, they are often described as being androgynous, and androgyny is represented by a caduceus. The caduceus is a staff carried by Hermes Trismegistus, and it's a short staff intertwined by two serpents that is sometimes surmounted by wings. And the serpent male and female kundalini energy is climbing and crisscrossing along the chakra points up the spine towards the crown. It is important to note that common speech often mistakes androgyny for hermaphroditism. But hermaphrodites are considered to be individuals with both male and female sex organs, while androgyny is an undifferentiated union. In order to master this chakra, or this law, one must master their desires, obsessions, and compulsions by converting the energy into more productive means. Doing this is difficult because it means becoming conscious of the unconscious. Many individuals who have a damaged root chakra instinctively react to sexual forces without moral or ethical considerations of their behavior. If they feel the urge, then following it through must be the right thing to do, or else why would the feeling exist in the first place? However, not everything that comes to mind is a good idea, and people with unrestrained desires find themselves in loops of self-destructive behavior. Understanding the social arts gives us the ability to interact with the opposite gender essence, even in same-sex relationships. Learning from others allows us to reflect and get in touch with our shadow aspects, the disregarded aspects of our personality that we are afraid or ashamed to integrate. This gives us the ability to observe our urges without attachment and to separate from it by releasing the potentiality into more positive and meaningful outcomes. And if we remember, masculine and feminine essence is within everything. I found that the best way to master this law is studying and meditating on dependent origination to break free of the addictions to intensity. When we come into contact with a trigger and experience a swell of feeling, instead of furthering our involvement, we become aware of our senses as the urge dissipates over time. Through wise reflection, we can name the triggers so that we can become conscious of the causalities and remove the seeds of suffering before they are sown. To learn more about the law of gender, visit the Foundation's Ko-Fi page. In the next session, we'll be covering the law of polarity, also known as the solar plexus chakra.